My biggest inspiration and drive currently is just to make a positive impact on whatever community I am in and improve the client's outlook on veterinary medicine since I practice in multiple states currently. I'm also inspired a lot by trends in human medicine and how they correlate to veterinary medicine. What's most exciting about this profession is you can literally do anything. One day you can be working on dolphins, and the next day you can be working on your own business. And I say that from personal experience. Things are ever changing, and within the past 3 years' time, I've already done and accomplished so much more than I ever anticipated. So I know that I'll continue doing new and exciting things, and all of you can too. So, holistic veterinary care is a way to assess an animal as a whole and find the most balancing and beneficial solutions to treating an animal. Holistic veterinary medicine also looks more so to prevent disease rather than just putting a band aid on the current problems, like sometimes we can do in Western medicine. What got me to pursue holistic veterinary care? I didn't always know it at the time, but I've always been holistic with myself since I was a young kid. I never set out to become a holistic veterinarian. I was mostly doing zoo work and exotic medicine in veterinary school. My experiences through my externships at zoos, third and fourth year, using supplements and laser therapy and diet therapy on those animals, and as well as working my first job in SoCal at a holistic small animal and exotics clinic, um, as well as working in ER, transformed my way of thinking in veterinary medicine and treating the patient as a whole. Taking little pieces from each of those experiences kind of helped me blend together a perfect balance of Western and Eastern medicine and how I want to treat patients. So the benefit of holistic medicine, the biggest benefit I would say is you're more so getting to the root of the pathology and working to prevent disease as opposed to putting a band-aid on it. Through the practice, you can work to treat the problem rather than just the disease. Another benefit would be that sometimes there are animals that may need certain medications. For example, an animal with arthritis, but they have a concurrent disease like kidney disease, and they can't take certain medications that would benefit them because of that. So you can do things like acupuncture, laser therapy, or even physical therapy to get this patient moving again without adversely affecting their life. So, believe it or not, veterinary medicine was not something that was always a thought for me. I was a criminal justice major in college, and I was on a straight path to become a lawyer. I worked for the Nassau County District Attorney here on Long Island. I was on track for that. I always had a deep compassion for animals and a strong empathy for humans, but I did not believe I was smart enough to take the grueling science prerequisites. I had always worked at an animal hospital as a job through college, and it was something I was very passionate about, but I did not think I could take those courses. But one day I just decided that I had nothing to lose by taking the courses. And if I couldn't do it, I just wouldn't continue. And from there, the rest was history. Um, I did face challenges through this journey. The courses were challenging, and because I didn't have a strong science background like the typical pre-vet student, um, these things were very new to me and things I weren't ever exposed to. Also, relating it to livestock animals, that wasn't something I had any experience in. So these were kind of all new things for me. It was also difficult to get people to believe that I could do this as someone with not a strong science background. I was not your typical biology major. I was a criminal justice major. So I had to do a lot of convincing of others to, take me seriously. Veterinary school itself, the first 2 years was very challenging for me. And it was a huge adjustment for me mentally. So shout out to Dr. Peralta and all the professors who supported me during this time. I was definitely very thankful for the staff at Western. My career path has bounced around all over the place and it changes all the time, which is something I love about this career. Going into vet school, I was pretty gung ho that I was going to kind of do emergency medicine. I had a lot of experience in that, and that's what I thought I thrived in a fast paced environment. Once I was in vet school, I very quickly realized I wanted to do zoo and aquatic medicine. And that was something that completely excited me and lit a fire inside of me. All of my externships and time outside of school was spent working towards that goal. I worked at zoos, I worked with dolphins, and I felt like I had found my purpose in the profession. My first year out of school, I took a job in Southern California working at a small animal exotics veterinary hospital that was also holistic. And I transitioned from there to being a relief and mobile vet. And then from there, I worked exclusively doing ER full time for about a year. So now I'm currently working on building my own business as a mobile holistic veterinarian. And I've definitely bounced around, and this has all just been in 3 years. And I can't wait to see what else I will do. So while working at the holistic small animal and exotics clinic, I was primarily seeing the exotic caseload there. And we had a ton of protocols for food therapy, to treatments, to herbal medicine, all for exotic animals as well as small animals. And being able to see the results from birds to dogs, I knew I was doing something right. um, I have seen animals' lives transform, and even working at the zoo with otters, with arthritis and doing laser therapy on them and seeing their lives improve. All these kind of experiences kind of were my aha moment where there are other modalities out there to helping benefit patients' lives. I've had the pleasure to speak on the news now twice, and I have more public appearances coming underway. The first time I was invited to speak on television, I was nervous. I felt extremely proud, though, and accomplished to be respected enough to share my opinion and knowledge to the public and hopefully help them better take care of their pets or prevent a future emergency. It felt like a true blessing to be trusted not only by my clients, but a bigger audience at the same time. And as an ER doctor, I knew the most common emergencies and things to look out for. So I was able to put a holistic twist on things, and I felt like I give my audience a great outlook on things. Yeah, so currently I have a lot of fun things underway. I'm working with a bunch of supplement companies at this time, and I may have my own supplement coming out really soon with one of the companies. Um, and I take mentorship very seriously. I have a bunch of veterinary students and younger vets that I'm in constant contact with. So I do know what it's like to be confused or to struggle, and I know what I needed to hear as a student. So I know that things can seem daunting, especially in today's world, but I just want all the people who are hearing this to understand that the possibilities are limitless for you. And I'm happy to give any students my contact info if they need it. And one, like, kind of cute inspirational story, just that I can think of, is when I was in my first few months practicing, probably my first 3 months, and I did a turtle leg amputation. And we got the turtle this little wheel after, and he was able to quickly just start moving around with it. And the owner was a little girl, and I just remember the look in her eyes still to this day. And that was just in my first months of practicing. So there's so many beautiful moments to come for you. I'm currently working on my own mobile holistic veterinary practice in the Hamptons in Long Island, New York. I still continually travel to other states for relief work. I'm in SoCal all the time helping out. Um, I'm working on a lot more public appearances, and again, that supplement that will be in the swing sooner than later. I'm also working on some certifications with Chi Institute and some other trainings in the works to continue offering more and different advanced modalities to my clients. So exciting things are always coming. So I said this before, but just remember that the possibilities are limitless for you. You can literally do anything you set your mind to, and you can always change your mind, and you can always do something completely new, which is the beauty of things. You have so much to accomplish, and it's more than you could ever dream possible. And just make sure you do it with integrity in your heart and always a smile on your face. And a message for Western students in particular is that our curriculum might seem a little mundane and out of the box, but it helped me so much in the real world through the PBL process, just being in real life situations. I wouldn't have handled them the way I did without going through that type of curriculum, being on the news and being put on the spot all the time. And it just really helps. So stick with it. And if you're at all ever struggling, just remember I struggled too. And, I'm doing really well right now. So just keep that in mind that it's all just a process that you're going to get through.